Alright guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get Fresh Hands, and I'm going to showcase Fresh Hands in his corrupted version. So yeah. So first, how to get Fresh Hands. It's pretty easy. So you need to go to Snowden, right? So you want to travel all the way down down here. Then you want to go over to here to this last tree, and you'll see Fresh Sands' glasses. Then you just have to like walk on them or click them or something, and you'll get the Fresh Hands badge. So yeah, that's how you get them. It's not too hard. I think Virus 404 will be more difficult because I haven't even found it yet. That's the thing. So now let's go ahead and showcase him. So there are two forms you can unlock with him. There is normal Fresh Hands, and there is the corrupted kind of Fresh Hands. So yeah. Also, that the guy that just walked by is my alt account. So you go in this portal, and then you go all the way over here, and then once you have the Fresh Hands badge, you unlock him, and he's right here. So yeah, it's a pretty good moveset in general, just for only a badge. It's a pretty good starter character if you know the badge. So his first attack is Fresh Badge. I mean, not Fresh Badge, Fresh Bat. It's a regular tool which deals 500 damage each hit. Pretty good. Enough to kill Story Shift Car in about 4 hits, which is pretty good if I do say so myself. But it's nothing compared to like Error 404, where he has like 60,000 HP. And sure, it will deal kinda decent damage to him, but he won't let you survive long enough to let you kill him. So next is Fresh Spinning Bone. It's a regular spinning bone that has big range, kinda, and does decent damage, but is easily escapable, as all spinning bones are. It does half the Story Shift Car as hell, as you can see. So next is Fresh Bone Zone. It's a pretty good bone zone, pretty good range, and does... Okay, that did no damage. Wait. Okay, I guess the bones have to hit, but you get what I mean. Yeah, each bone deals 50 damage if they hit. So next is Giant Fresh Blaster. It's a fresh blaster, and he has a parasite behind this eye that does pretty good damage, but has a decent start off, as all blasters do. Well, not all blasters, but still. Next is Fresh Blaster, which is a small version of Giant Fresh Blaster, which has a smaller range, but presumably does more damage. So his ultimate, or final attack, or whatever you'd call it, is Disco, and what it does is it summons like a disco ball above you, which deals pretty good damage, if I do say so myself. I'm just gonna wait for my alternate account to get here, by the way. Just gonna, yeah, it's taking a bit of time, sorry. Alright, now that it's actually here, so we have Disco, which summons a Disco Ball, which deals pretty good damage and is just an annoying attack in general. But there are some safe spots, which one is right here about, where I'm just taking no damage and stuff. So you gotta find where one of the safe spots are, and if you don't want to take any damage from it, you feel me. And it lasts a pretty good time, but as you can see, it has like a decent cooldown. So yeah, you gotta be pretty careful when you use it. Unless you're fighting an Arrow 4-4, in which you can just spam like that. Oh. And also the disco goes to your cursor. Forgot to mention that. So next is the Parasite Fresh Hands. He's basically normal Fresh Hands, but new attacks and more damage. So if you like the normal Fresh Hands and have enough points, then you can go over and get this guy. He also costs a decent amount of hate. Alright. So he has a different theme, which is pretty cool. So he has a shortcut now, which is pretty decent range. Not as spammable as Arrow 404, but still pretty decent. So let's just go back over. So next is True Parasite Infection. It causes a lot of tentacles to slam down on your cursor, which deals really high damage. So next is True Parasite Bite, which causes only a few tentacles to summon at your cursor, instead of like a lot. So yeah, it's not really different. So next is True Fresh Bones, which deal pretty good damage. I'm just gonna wait for my alternate account to get back here. You know. So it's a kind of middle bone, which, okay, please. Come on! Which deal really good damage, actually. Next is True Fresh Bat. It does a lot of damage. You want to watch out for that, because it can actually deal pretty serious damage. And kill them pretty quickly. So, yeah. Next is True Fresh Spinning Bone. It's like the same as the last Spinning Bone, but more damage. I'm going to demonstrate it on myself, by the way, because why not? So, the next attack is... And of course, my alternate account spawns out here. Of course it does. Sorry about this, guys. But the next attack is Parasite Beam. I'm going to demonstrate it on my alt account once it comes here, of course. Sorry for the delay. Alright, so now that it's here, Parasite Beam, it's a giant beam that does really good damage, but has a cooldown, as all attacks do. So next is True Fresh Blaster. It's basically the same as the old one, but more damage. Next is True Fresh Disco. Also the same as the old one, but more damage. And next is Giant True Fresh Blaster, which is also the same as the old one, but more damage. I mean, what do you expect? So True Fresh is actually a pretty good character, despite literally just being like normal Fresh, but with more damage and like a few new moves. But it is pretty good.